Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining to the VooPlayer Q&A weekly webinar call. We're going to get started here in just a second, but before we do, if you'll be so kind as to confirm that you can both hear my audio as well as see my screen, which should say VooPlayer on it, and then we can get started. Thank you very much. All right, we're getting some confirmations from Jim, William, Steve. Hello, guys. I see a lot of regulars as well as some new faces. So I just want to welcome everybody to the Q&A call and just give a brief overview of what we're doing here. So the purpose behind these calls is really to answer on the page or reconnecting to the webinar. It seems that everybody else, all good. All right, cool. All right, so we're answering questions that you as users may have or providing training on any advanced features which you might find confusing. Also, we're here to showcase new stuff that we've been working on so you can continuously grow with VooPlayer and leverage all of the value from the new features, and also to collect feedback on how we can improve VooPlayer in the future. So the format is pretty simple. At any time that you have a question, just feel free to drop it in the chat box. So if you came prepared with some questions, feel free to put them in the chat box at this time, and we'll answer them in the order that they come in. Also, worth mentioning is that if you're not able to attend these webinars, replay links to it will be posted both on our Facebook group as well as on our YouTube channel. What else do I want to mention? Oh yeah, and if you're not able to join the webinar to ask the question, also feel free to post a question that you would like to have answered in the webinar, either in the Facebook group or by contacting us at support@vooplayer.com. Trisha just asked a question, which I answered. So they're both on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and just search for VooPlayer channel, you'll be able to find all of the replays there. And also, if you are a member of our Facebook group, you're also able to find them there as well. Dean is saying you've been missing for the last couple of weeks. Glad to have you back. Yeah, we had some scheduling issues, and I was not able to attend, but I'm back now, so we're good to move forward. All right, so major announcement. Some of you might have seen it this today. We released a major new feature. We've sent out some email notifications as well as in-app notifications, and I believe some of you got special notifications if you've requested this via feedback. So some of you might probably already know it, and I've seen a lot of people through analytics already have been playing with this. So we are very excited to announce the new reworked approach to overlays and annotations. So overlays and annotations up until now have been a very useful and the most commonly used feature of VooPlayer, but they've been very difficult to integrate with your videos. So a lot of feedback which we collected was very specific with regards to what you as users were trying to achieve. So we heard a lot of examples such as, hey, I way to offer a promotion or to sign somebody up to a promotion list, to an email autoresponder list, and we've been gathering that feedback, and basically what we came up with are these initial 14 templates that you can use to achieve simple tasks such as this. So if you want to offer a simple text link, or if you want to have a opt-in box over your video, or if you just want to add a simple annotation, we've created templates which are adapting to those use cases. And it's worth mentioning is that we don't want to stop here. It's really important for us to gather feedback from you guys as users as you're using these templates. If you feel that a template could be adapted in a different way, or that if you have an idea for a use case which is not covered by these templates, it is really a goal for us to continue scaling these templates on and on. So if you have an idea on how we can improve or add new templates to the overlays, just feel free to submit an idea for that, and that's really going to help us drive this forward with regards to how we can scale this effort. So as I mentioned, not only have we created new templates, but we've also redesigned all of the controls behind these templates. So I have currently 2 overlays. So let me just shut down the one for which one I don't need. I don't need the full screen one. Let me just get rid of that and come back to the annotation. So we've redesigned all of the controls for the overlays as well. So now it's really easy to manipulate these templates. So if you just want to move the position, or if you want to add specific animation effects, if on animation you want this to slide in from the left, it's really easy to do that, and it's really easy to control all of the content and the colors and the links and the actions. And we've tested this again and again just to make sure that it's as easy as it possibly can be for anybody to leverage all of these templates. We've had a lot of success with this, and as I mentioned in the announcement, we've put a great deal of care to make sure that all this works seamlessly on mobile devices as well. So I think we're confident that this new approach is definitely going to add a lot more value to your videos by allowing you to add professional looking overlays with minimal effort. And as I said, we really want to continue scaling this effort on and on. So please do test it out and let us know what your feedback is to this. And as I mentioned, it's worth mentioning also that all of the old overlays, so if you had a video with overlays previously created, all of those are also going to continue working as well. It's just going to be using old controls to edit. William is asking, are there border customizations for the overlays to bring 3D effect upon display? We haven't gone that far with border customization. Some templates have which ones had it and which ones don't have it. So let me try and find one which does. I think the one, no, full screens, maybe full screens have it. So templates which have border, and I don't remember which ones do, maybe simple annotation does. I'll need to maybe don't hold me to this. So we've designed a sort of customization for the border, but that border is pretty simplistic. So you basically that's going to be found under settings for that particular template, and it's simple customization of just determining if the border is going to be if it's going to be solid or dashed, and what the width and the color of it are going to be. We haven't gone to great lengths with regards to adding any shadow effects or beveling to the template borders, but that's a great consider as we move forward with this, and as we look to make these templates even more attractive and engaging to the viewers. So William, if you would please do submit that as an idea, because I think it's a rather valuable enhancement which we. I mean, there's really a lot to go through all of these templates. So what I'm just going to wrap this announcement with is I really think you should dedicate a few minutes just to play with it and test out different templates, whatever have you. If you just want to add a simple annotation to your video, like, hey, I forgot to mention something in the video, and this might be a place to mention it, or if you want to just add a quick opt-in box or some custom HTML. So if you want to embed videos in videos and embed ads in video, all of the different crazy use cases which we covered throughout the webinars, you're also able to do that as well. So again, I encourage you to give it a go. I'm not going to go through all of these individual templates, and we're looking forward to your feedback. All right, so let's see if there are any find it awesome, and we're looking forward to improving it. So one more thing that I wanted to mention, so with regards to kind of what's next with regards to overlays, one of the things which we are recognizing a lot of potential in, and it's not something that we're currently covering, is the ability to go into a lot of detail with regards to the performance of the overlays, i.e. their analytics. So one of the things that we really want to cover is the ability to track all of the clicks and hovers and displays and closes of overlays. So that's one thing that's coming up next, is in-depth analytics behind the overlays. We are getting a couple of reports with regards to the audio breaking up a little bit. So hopefully it's better now. If somebody can just let me know if the audio is back to normal now, so that I can continue. If not, I might need to reconnect. All right. I answered that question with regards to the border. All right, great. If you have any additional questions or feedback with regards to the overlays, we're here to answer that. All clear now. All right, cool. So one question that we received for the webinar throughout this week was with regards to the mobile performance. So one of the things which is really important to us. Before we get to mobile, also kind of want to outline what's next with regards to the development efforts as we're moving forward. So for a lot of people who are attending these webinars, I was talking previously about throughout the last couple of months maybe that we're doing the overlays in parallel together with the performance enhancements. So the performance enhancements are also nearly completed, and that's all of the stuff with regards to the optimization of the data and optimization of the player loading instantly and all of that. So we are also going to be releasing that in the upcoming releases. So stay tuned with regards to announcements on that, probably within the next week or two. So that's up next, and we're dedicating significant, we're solely focusing on that currently. And after that, up comes mobile performance. So mobile is a challenging game for everybody with regards to new devices and new platforms and new browsers and new ways of handling things coming out constantly. So it's always a challenge to keep on top of that. And I think we've fallen behind more than we would like to. So we're going to have a highly dedicated effort throughout the month of June to focus solely on mobile performance. So that includes everything from loading videos on mobile, to video streaming on mobile, to videos going full screen, to rotating your phone, etc., etc. So we do recognize that we're not supporting and we're not fully optimized for mobile display at this point, but we just want to let everybody know that it's definitely one of our top priorities, and very soon we're going to have a dedicated effort solely focused on optimizing mobile display and mobile performance. Let's see, we're getting some as yet, but is there a way to save branding, colors, logos to be used in overlays? Yes, that's definitely also one of the things that's upcoming with regards to the analytics. So we had a couple of ways that we wanted to kind of approach theming of overlays. One would be fairly simple. So if you had a dedicated color set for your what do you call it, for your video, for the controls, for the skin of your video, we would also be, so if you had orange, yellow, and black as your primary colors, we could easily leverage theme, but then we said maybe people wanted to look different than the video itself, so it maybe wouldn't necessarily make a lot of sense to apply those colors to the overlay templates themselves. Then we were thinking about, well, maybe we could have different themes for overlays that people could save. So you would have a player theme, and then you would have a overlay theme. But then what we found out is that that would just become unnecessarily challenging. So what we kind of settled on, and this is not available yet, is the ability to save overlays across videos, which basically means is that you can create a reusable template across the videos. So if I customize this overlay, so I'm just going to do something really quickly, like let's make it yellow, and that's it. So, and change the text to here's a placeholder link. So basically, the enhancement which we're planning is to not only save this as an overlay for this video, but rather save it as a template which can be reused across different videos. So if I came to a different video and I was at a template selection, you would basically have an additional category, which is my previously saved templates, or however we choose to use that. And from there, you could pull up any of the templates which you've used, which you've saved for use on other videos, and that way you can quickly replicate similar both themes as well as actions. So, for example, if you had a template, I deleted that one. So if you created a template with an opt-in, so let me just create a full screen opt-in over here, and you've connected integrations to it, et cetera, and also customize the colors of it, et cetera, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to make you rework all of that on a different video, just if you wanted to maybe change the list of the integration which it's going to. So what we're going to do is, as I mentioned, basically just allow you to save the overlay for reuse in other videos. So then you can open it up in another video and say, hey, I just want to change the list. Everything else looks great. So that's one of the things that I think is going to help a lot with sort of the theming and the logos and the imagery and the reutilization of that to make it more of a templating approach. Truly to customize the overlays and have them be reusable across videos. Lewis is saying, I wanted to ask regarding the new GDPR laws, would you recommend anything that we should or suggest that we do when using data collection, analytics, and opt-ins when incorporating these within a video? Yes, that's a great question. So number one recommendation currently is to be as clear as possible with your viewers with regards to how you're going to utilize their data which you're collecting, i.e. When WooPlayer is in use, probably how you're going to utilize their email address. So what we really recommend that you do is, so for example, with this overlay, you would be able, and this is incredibly difficult to use to do in videos, because you have such a limited layout space, and you have such limited attention spans that it can be very difficult to do this across a lot of templates. So for example, if I had this opt-in box over here which said want to get more updates, and you can customize the text of it to indicate what you want to do. So you can say you will be receiving, I don't know, weekly promotional updates, et cetera. So be as clear as possible with your users when you are collecting their data with regards to what they're signing up for. So that's the guide and recommendation currently. Just provide as much context and as much clarity as you can anywhere near storing and how that data can be requested and deleted. So also stay tuned on that. But with regards to what you can do on the opt-in forms, definitely we recommend providing some indication. Well, not some indication, basically with regards to GDPR, be as perfectly clear as you can be with regards to how you're going to utilize that email address. And don't hide it. Don't make it really small size fonts and off colors. Be direct and be clear with regards to what you're collecting and how you're utilizing it. Norm is saying the overlay template isn't quite the same as saving branding colors. For example, if I have several clients that I work with, I need to be able to save a palette with colors and logos for those specific users. It's good to have templates, but I would like to have specific assets to choose from when making a template or modifying it. So there's a couple of different things here. So as I mentioned, we do have, so let me just get rid of this overlay. So as I mentioned, we do have player theming colors. So Norm, I'm hoping you're aware, but if you're not, I'm just going to go through it real quickly. So if you come over here to player colors and style, so any configuration which you make, you can save it as a theme. So currently I have, I have some themes, so I'm able to kind of scroll through these and apply different settings to them. So I can select this one, which is sort of and this is just playing with it. So you can have different themes saved for different clients, and you can quickly apply that across videos. So with regards to sort of logos and stuff that you want to utilize, so if you want to have sort of a let's call it a branding kit video for a particular client, what we usually recommend in those situations, because it's not usually just the colors, it's usually you have a custom logo, you usually have specific features set up a specific way. So for example, if you have a tap to call feature, the phone number will always be different, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what we're kind of recommending in scenarios such as this is for you to create sort of a template video. Switch screen. So what we're recommending is for you to create a template video. So for example, I would create this video and brand it as I want and add a logo, and then I would call this client A branding template, for example. And I would just save that, and I will never utilize that video. I will never give it to a client or anything. I will just keep it as a branding template. So when I'm creating a new video, I think I saved, or maybe I didn't. Oh well. Hopefully we're back now. With the webinar, let me just make sure that we're back. Player.com. Audio and video back. Can you guys hear me? Are we back? Yep.
Yeah, I can hear. Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah, Bill, I can hear you.
Hey, yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out here. I didn't want to interrupt, but you've been dropping out for me like this whole time. So I don't know if I'm the only one experiencing that, but I don't know if it's. I thought it was me at first, but maybe it's Webinar Jam. But you're back now.
All right, so I'm back now. So back to Norm's question with regards to applying sort of themes and colors and branding profiles to other videos. So as I recommended, and hopefully you were able to catch all of that before I dropped, is what I recommend is creating one video which is going to serve just as a branding template, and it holds all of those colors and everything. And then what you can do is when you're ready to create videos for that client, what you can do is just come over here and say, I want to create a new video. And you're creating a new video, and as a step in that, what you can do is you can just say apply settings from a different video, and then you can find that client A branding template, and then you can just apply all of the settings from that template, which is going to carry over the colors and all of the different features, the logos, et cetera, which that template carries with it. So that's a good way to approach sort of segmenting out different video appearances and features which you want to reutilize on client level. That might be a approach worth considering. All right. Jim is asking, does Webinar Jam constantly have these connection issues? Lately, no. Apparently now, yes. Back maybe 5 or 6 months ago, it was just a nightmare. We were dropping left and right, up and down all the time. So it settled down for some while, but it seems like it's picking up again. Not necessarily sure why, but I think it might be even on our end. It could be our connection that's dropping. It's not usually that inconsistent, but it could be. Not sure. All right, so let me see. Were there any questions which I did not answer? So we're going to start wrapping up slowly. If I missed any questions, I had to reconnect to the webinar, so I might have missed some questions in the chat box. If any questions were unanswered, would you please just repost them, or Bill, if you saw any that were not answered, feel free to bring them up. All right, I just want to, yes, all right, cool. I just want to thank everybody for taking the time to join this week and for hearing us out. Also, thank you for your questions. Once again, don't remember to give Overlays a nice run and provide us with feedback on how you're liking them and if you feel that anything can be improved with regards to them. Bill, did you want to add anything?
No, I was just hanging out, kind of listening. If I don't know if you mentioned it, but once you guys start using the overlays, and if you have any requests for new templates, new ideas, stuff like that, please submit them. VooPlayer.com/ideas. We'll get you there. Just submit a new idea. As detailed as possible would be great. If you could say, what you do, who your audience is, what you're trying to do, and why you're trying to do it. That information helps us formulate all the different use cases and pick out like the most popular ones to add to the features.
Just want to address a couple of more notes. So Louis is asking about the download option. For the video not downloading directly, that has not fallen off the radar, Louis. That's still all actively monitored on the product board. It's just such a one-off use case that we just haven't gotten around to prioritizing that yet. But I do promise you, it's one thing that's constantly hanging out there as a reminder, so we haven't forgotten about that, and we'll be getting to that soon. TB is asking about casting Chromecast in the future. Something that we've considered about casting VooPlayer from different devices over to TVs which support casting. A huge downside of that, which we are not able to overcome, is once you cast the video to a TV, you lose all of the VooPlayer features. So basically, we would be able to very easily provide a way to just cast to a video, cast the video to a TV, but then you would just be casting the source video without all of the VooPlayer features. So I don't know if that's something that would still be interesting or viable. If you feel that it would be, feel free to submit that as an idea. We've considered it, but unfortunately you're not able to kind of transmit other interactive layers together with the video source over to a TV. So if you still feel that it's viable just to cast the source, just submit an idea and say, I think it would still be viable to do just that, and we can explore that. Can you dim out the video once the overlay shows? Can you dim out the video once the overlay shows? Not something that we've considered. So kind of the use case there is, I don't know. We haven't really given that an idea. Submit it as an idea. That would be interesting, kind of to do that. But
we did that animation. Sorry to interrupt. We did add some animations, William, that will make it stand out more.
Yeah.
Not quite what you're going after, but it will, sort of highlight the overlay. So that might work for you for now. But yeah, I guess Peter, what he wants to do is bring the attention more to the overlay. So instead of, I guess, changing the overlay, you change the video and just dim it out a little bit, which is just a different approach.
Yeah. So if the idea is really just to bring more attention to the overlay, I think Bill's suggestion really makes sense. So once the overlay is on screen, so let me just create one real quickly. So I'll again take this simple annotation. So first thing you can do, of course, is just select animation for it to come in, as I demonstrated. But what you can also do is you can, while it's on screen, do an animation to it. So you can add some flashing stuff, you can add some bouncing stuff, you can add any sort of animation, some really big attention grabbers there, which can make it stand out more. We don't necessarily want to kind of cover out and dim out the video. From my end point, at least, I think that's bad user experience. We want the video to continue playing, and overlay is as is, and the overlay is sort of an enhancement to that experience. So unless you want to do a full screen overlay and kind of take fully attention over that, dimming it out is not something that we've considered. But feel free to submit it as an idea, and if we get more sort of traction on that, and if that idea picks up, we'll definitely consider it. TB is also saying, could you kindly look into playlist and enable auto hide once press played? So I guess that's the list hiding once somebody hits the initial play. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that should be actually the default behavior. So yeah, I'll make a note of that, and we'll look into that, collapsing the playlist once the first video has been played. All right, cool. I want to thank everybody once more for joining, and hopefully you'll join next week as well, when we'll hopefully have one more major announcement, as I said, with regards to the video loading optimizations and performance optimizations. So thanks everybody, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.